So, the rumors are coming in hot and heavy about the big announcement PayPal's Alex Chriss said would shock the world. And the juiciest and most probable one is an Elon-led X and PayPal partnership will be announced at PayPal's big event. So let's explore that rumor and talk about what absolutely makes sense with it, what makes absolutely no sense with it, and my take on if it'll happen or not, and of course, how the stock price will be affected with each scenario, whether it happens or it doesn't happen. How do both of those affect the stock price? We'll talk about that today too. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype. And thank you guys for 100K subscribers. It's just awesome. Finally got there. Kind of took the long road per se. I would much rather have 100,000 subscribers like you guys that want the truth without the hype. And let's get my new channel to 100,000 subs as well. It's the pinned comment down there. Make sure you check it out. If you want information on financial freedom and retiring early, that's where you get that information. So check that out. It is the pinned comment down there. And once again, thank you guys. It's very, very humbling. I appreciate all the support over all the years with all the ridiculous things that I do in videos. Thank you very much for sticking by me. All right, so let's go over the reasons why it makes sense for X and PayPal to kind of come together and become partners. The first reason is Elon and PayPal have history. Look, we all like a good story, and regardless of, how it all ended and how everything else went, the reality is that, hey, sometimes you just kind of want to go back to what you know, kind of what originally started this entire journey for Elon, his first giant winner, his first big wealth build, all those sort of things. I won't call it necessarily nostalgia, but I don't know what else to say other than there's a familiarity there that absolutely comes with some feels in addition to that could happen. It's kind of like LeBron going back to Cleveland. It made sense. And of course, it ended with him winning a title there and taking him to the finals every year while he was there. So it was a great success. So there's no reason why this couldn't necessarily be successful too. And that's for a variety of reasons. So let's talk about reason number 2, which is X would not have to wait. Look, there is an ease of implementation here for X that's just unbelievable how much faster everything could happen and how much easier it would be for X to basically partner up with PayPal versus striking out on their own. And when you look at PayPal, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with them or not, it doesn't matter. Their sheer scale and size and global reach is, who knows if X can ever get there, much less immediately be able to tap into it immediately today. And if we're all being honest here, I know there's a lot of Elon fans on my channel, I understand completely, but if we're being honest, it will take years for X to reach the level of reach and global scale that PayPal has, and that's if they ever get there. There's no guarantee that it will actually get there or even be able to surpass it. So, and on the flip side, this would put X immediately in the game right now today, or close to today. You guys know what I'm saying. Shortly after the partnership's implemented, they would be in the game on a global scale as opposed to having to build this out from scratch. So there's some huge benefits for X for doing this. I mean, you guys trying to tell me Elon's a really patient guy? I know that he's not, and this gives him that immediate itch to that scratch that he has. Reason number 3, PayPal is past all the regulations. Remember, this is dealing with money, which means there are going to be regulations, and not just US regulations, global regulations across all the different countries, all the different provinces, and everywhere else that you try to take this product. There is going to be regulation everywhere that has to be complied with. Approvals have to be done. All kinds of things like that. Again, that takes time, and it also takes relationships, and we know Elon's relationship with regulators isn't always the best. He doesn't always like to play nice, regardless of what we think about whether he should or shouldn't be allowed to. Doesn't matter, especially when you're dealing with foreign entities. That type stuff matters. And if you don't have a good regulation with regulators, it means maybe they eventually approve you, but they may take more time than usual. Maybe they don't approve you at all. Some countries just do that. They just, I don't like the way your suit looks today. We're not going to approve you. Thanks. And there's nothing you can do about that sort of stuff. So PayPal already has all of that figured out. They already have great relationships with all the different regulators. And so it would absolutely provide a much easier avenue for Elon to take than if he goes at it on his own. This also allows Elon to bypass all the drama, all the headaches, all the bureaucracy, all those other things that he absolutely, utterly hates. He gets to bypass it all by partnering up with PayPal. So that right there to me is another great reason why it makes total sense as to why this partnership makes total sense. But of course, there are some reasons for why this partnership makes absolutely zero sense, guys. No sense at all. So let's talk about those next. Reason number 1, Elon has said he wants to go alone. He has repeatedly stated he wanted to build something much bigger with X and be its own thing altogether, all on its own. So this doesn't really align with that vision. a partnership doesn't really align with that long-term vision for X. At least kind of, the pieces that we've been able to put together for it, we can kind of piece together and see this doesn't align with that vision at all. And kind of taking that one step further, that leads me to number 2, which is Elon has been critical over the years of PayPal. Look, I'm not saying PayPal hasn't deserved it in the past. I'm not saying it was unwarranted or anything else like that. But the fact is, he has been highly critical of PayPal in the past. Even in the recent past, he's been highly critical of PayPal. So that's another reason why a partnership doesn't make a lot of sense on both sides, actually. Would you want to partner with a guy who, is going to blast you, who's going to put you out there? I don't know. And on the flip side, does Elon want to partner with PayPal, given the fact that he's, he kind of would be going back on his word a little bit if he's been hypercritical of PayPal the entire time. Now all of a sudden he wants to partner up with them. Well, I agree. Alex Chris coming in, new management team, new start, all that sort of stuff like that makes perfect sense. But also on the flip side, it opens him up to a lot of scrutiny to where, hey, look, you're throwing away your values and your criticisms just to try to make this easier and to try to make more money and try to make it faster. And so it kind of opens up that whole kind of Pandora's box of the argument whenever you, partner up with somebody who you previously years had bashed heavily. When you kind of look at it through that lens, it just kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. But wait, there's more. That leads us to number 3, which is, does PayPal want to actually cut a deal? Now, look, you guys know I love Elon. I'm sure somebody's going to be down there blasting me in the comments. That's cool, whatever the case is. But I love Elon, but he does come with baggage. And just for example, he can love you one day, he can put you on blast to Twitter the next day, then sue you the day afterwards, and then come back and say he really, really loves you and he's looking forward to a great partnership. That can all happen in the span of like a 2-week time frame with Elon. So saying it doesn't come with additional baggage that PayPal may not want to deal with in terms of dealing with Elon. But more importantly, PayPal's new CEO is all about profits, and a partnership with X honestly doesn't align with that vision nearly as much as it would have aligned with the old management team, where they were just trying to grow user base at all costs. So they didn't care whether or not it made money or not. They were just looking to grow user base, which would make that partnership much more lucrative. But if you're looking to have highly profitable partnerships, I'm not sure teaming up with X is the right way to go about that. Alex won't do it unless it's highly profitable and also comes with no baggage or enough profit in order to deal with that baggage. So if you got enough profit there to want to deal with everything else that kind of comes along with that partnership, that kind of leads me perfectly to number 4, and that is, does Elon want to cut a deal? I mean, I'm not sure Elon wants to take a deal that's highly profitable for PayPal, but on the flip side, that means it's not as profitable for him. He might as well go at it on his own so he can keep all the money to himself, or the vast majority of the money to himself. So kind of the two goals of the two different CEOs doesn't make a lot of sense, and I don't see Elon taking a very poor deal just to jump into the space earlier versus building it himself. That just doesn't align with his DNA and how he kind of attacks problems. And let's take that one step further. Given his latest little power thing that's going on with the board in terms of compensation and some other things like that, he clearly wants control. In a partnership with PayPal, he loses a significant amount of control over that part of his business. And that, again, just does not jive with anything he kind of seems to want to do right now. Remember, he took Twitter private to have more control, to get rid of some of the stuff that comes along with being a publicly traded company that he couldn't do if it was publicly traded, but because he took it private, he can do a lot more things and it's under a lot less scrutiny. So I'm not sure he wants to do a deal where he loses some control over what happens with the particular app, with the particular service. It just doesn't seem to align with anything that he wants. So what do I think is going to happen? And more importantly, what does it do to PayPal stock? Now, personally, I don't think it happens, guys. It doesn't seem to align with either one of the new CEOs, Alex or Elon, their new vision, where they want to go, how they're trying to get there. The partnership just doesn't really align to me to meet that vision. Now, I could be completely wrong, and it happens. Maybe they figure out a way to make this whole thing work to where they both are getting what they need. But that seems a little bit far-fetched considering they're kind of, in order to get what you want, it doesn't really make a lot of sense in terms of making a deal and both of them still getting what they want. So could happen, absolutely, but I think the chances are very, very low that it does happen. But as far as the stock price goes, that's a little bit different. First off, if no deal's announced and this is just a rumor and nothing more, it has no effect on the stock price, guys. It's not like PayPal's had this massive rally on this rumor that they may have an X partnership going on there, kind of like you got with like Workhorse, for example, that was running up huge on the rumors of a deal was imminent with the Postal Service, and then when it didn't happen, it just cratered down and the stock was worth nothing at that stage. It's not the case with PayPal at all. Nothing similar to that situation is happening here. So it doesn't mean anything to the stock price. Investors are not already pricing that in or that possibility in or anything else like that. So it means nothing to the stock if no deal is announced. However, if a deal is announced, the stock price movement will be based upon the details of the deal. So kind of what do I mean by that? Let's just kind of break down what I mean by that real quick. If it is a profitable deal, not like their past deals have been where they just haven't been that great of deals. If it's a very profitable, lucrative deal, we're going to get a small bump in the share price, guys. I don't expect something massive. I don't expect this hype run. I'm sure in Elon world and the Tesla space and all that sort of stuff, it'll somehow add triple the market cap to PayPal. No, PayPal should be maybe double or triple the market cap because of how beaten down it is. Has zero to do with any sort of deal like that. So I think we do get a small increase in the stock price if a deal with X is announced. And the reason for that is very simple. It's because even though X has a massive, massive user base, it's not really a commerce platform yet. So how much actual transaction volume can it bring in if it hasn't really had the commerce side of that particular thing that Elon's building out yet? It's just not there. So yeah, it'd be great. Sure, you have access to a lot of users, but in terms of it being this massive influx of revenue coming in for PayPal, I'm not sure we see that right off the bat, just simply for the fact that the commerce section has not been built out yet. So the volume just won't be there to push up earnings substantially, at least early on, but it would absolutely generate a lot of buzz and definitely create a lot of talk around PayPal once again making big moves, big deals, and trying to move this ball forward. So I'll be watching carefully to see exactly how this all plays out. In the meantime, it may be time to buy more PayPal again. And if you want to see those buy alerts in real time, see my watch list complete with price targets, you want to take 5 courses for free, be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8 figure Discord out there, jump on our live Q&A, slide into my DMs, use our stock analyzer tool. Guys, there's so much more coming to the group. We keep adding things all the time. Make sure you check out the pinned comment and see if a membership's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.